everybody to the Quarter Life Podcast. I am Brene.
And I'm Kristen.
And first things first, welcome to the show. Thank you if you're been listening for the last 2 episodes. Oh my gosh, we really appreciate it.
Like so much. Yeah. Thanks, guys, because we tend to ramble. So.
Yeah. We're going to try to keep this one under an hour at least. I don't know how that's going to work, but we will try. We're doing this for you.
Yeah.
So, first things first, Kamala Harris, Biden has picked his vice president, his choice for vice president in the campaign. Yep. And what do you think about that, Kristen?
I am excited.
Mm-hmm.
For a multitude of reasons. It's definitely a bright spot in 2020, seeing as how so much. I mean, are we living in the Twilight Zone? But
we might be.
Like, I mean, because it's like 2020 is like, oh, so you thought that was bad, you know? So it's definitely like a bright spot. I will be honest and say that Biden was not my choice.
No.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't my choice, but I am the type of person that's like, okay, since I am a part of the Democratic Party, I get behind who the nominee is for the Democrats. Mm-hmm. And so him choosing Kamala feels pretty good, feels great as a Black woman.
Oh, yeah,
you know, and just as a woman in general. And I just think that, you know, it's a positive step, and hopefully we can get the job done to get them both in office.
Yeah. She'd be the first Black Asian, vice president and female Black Asian president.
I mean, we're all three categories. We're winning right now. Yeah, it's just all wrapped up into one.
Yeah,
we're winning.
We are winning at this point. Well, we haven't won yet, but we are on our way to win.
As far as representation goes, we're winning.
Yeah, and I think there was a lot. I mean, I know there was a lot of pressure on Biden to pick not only a woman for his VP choice, but also a woman of color. So he kind of won on that, because right now, and Biden wasn't my first choice either. My first choice was either Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren, because I'm.
Oh my God, Elizabeth freaking Warren, man! Yeah. That's who I wanted. That was my girl.
Yeah, and as you can see, that didn't happen. So Biden wasn't even like, I don't know where he was on my list of choices, but he wasn't there.
Even, man, I had so many people like ahead of him. And don't get me wrong, I don't think that he was like a bad vice president or anything. Mm-hmm. He just wasn't. I wasn't excited by him. I feel like he walks the middle, like he's in the middle, you know, like as far as like being conservative and just, you know, everything like that. He toes the line of just, you know, but
it seems like you never really know with him.
You don't. And some of that I just really contribute to his age and, you know, not just trying to like harp on like old people because, you know, thank you. But I just feel like he's really old. And,
that's true.
You know, so, and I get it, you know, he has the experience and everything. But, you know, I'm not even going to get into that. He just wasn't my pick. Elizabeth Warren was my pick. Obviously, Kamala. And then I think I was going Julian Castro.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going. Bernie probably was like right above Biden for me. I just never could get. Yeah, I could never get behind Bernie. I don't know what it is. I think for you,
I know what it is for you because a white man. Hello.
It's, you know what? It's not. Mm-hmm. It wasn't even that. Oh my God, you're gonna make everybody think I'm like a racist.
What was that thing you said on our first
black
podcast?
People,
put them underground.
Black people cannot be racist. Let me just say that first. But no, it wasn't even. No, we can't. We cannot be racist. We do not have the power to be racist. But whatever. That's not even the point. Mm-hmm. So no, it wasn't even that. You know, I mean, we've only had one black president, so obviously the next president was going to be a white man.
Yeah,
it's not even that. It was just that I was just never excited by Bernie. I didn't see anything wrong with him. He just never was my choice. Like, even when it came down to him and Hillary was it for me. So, and I think that mostly just had to do with wanting a woman to be elected to the highest seat possible in this country. Mm-hmm. You know, but, you know, anyway, so.
Yeah, because I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about Kamala. I think that. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think my choices were Bernie, Warren, and then when he was running, which for some reason, it's kind of like a double whammy, Andrew Yang, because think about this now. Not only will we have a hopefully Black female VP, but she's also Asian. So I got that little Andrew Yang in there for her.
Okay, so you got, yeah, you know, I think we're resting a lot on Kamala's shoulders, but
she you know, already.
I think that Black women are pretty used to that, which we shouldn't have to be, but we're used to, you know, having to carry a lot, and I think that she can handle it. She is definitely paying off early for Biden, for people who were kind of like, I don't know if I like that guy. You know, I read a couple of articles earlier where she's definitely favored over all three of those men, Biden, Trump, and Pence, actually.
Yeah.
I think it said something like she was like +5 and Biden was -2, and you know.
I think she actually put Biden ahead of Trump by, I think he's like 52% now.
Yeah, she did. Like, and I mean, and so, and even like Republicans are excited by her. You know, I think like Silicon Valley, you know, rich people, stuff that I can't be worried about because I'm not rich. So, you know, I mean, they're totally excited about her. Wall Street, you know, so yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that she's in a good position, and then also, you know, not to be, you know, like take it to a dark place or anything, but you know, he is 77. So I think that,
so you expecting him to kill over at some point?
I don't. I'm just saying, like, this is something that he was concerned about. I mean, because I don't know if he's ever going to like try to run, like, you know, seek a second term. So he wanted to make sure he had someone that could at any moment, which is the point of the VP, you know, is to step in case anything happens to him. So I feel like we would be in good hands should she ever have to step into the role of president before it's time for her to actually run for president, which I hope she does.
Kamala, so I don't know. I feel 2024.
Yeah. I mean, I feel good about it. I know that we have a long way to go, and we actually have to get to November 3rd, God willing.
Yeah.
So I know there are some people excited about it.
I know there were some people at first when it was just Biden kind of like complaining, almost like with Trump and Hillary, they were trying to pick, well, the lesser of two evils. And I know a lot of people, especially those are our age, and I will say a lot of like the Hotep and like the really woke people were like, well, I'm just not going to vote. You know, that's how Trump got into the presidency the first time around, right? Like, do not let this be a repeat of what happened.
And yeah, that was like when he announced Kamala as his VP pick, I was just like, you know, pleading with people on Facebook, because I feel like that's where you have to do a lot of pleading with people, because I don't know, it's some strange shit going on Facebook as far as like what people believe. So I was like, y'all, just like, please don't do what I saw a lot of people do in 2016. You know, like, we really cannot afford another 4 years of this administration. And for no reason whatsoever should anyone sit anything out. You know, for damn sure, do not go and write in Kanye West, because what?
I would lose. I would move. I will move to Canada.
I'm still holding out hope that Canada is listening, and I do mean all of Canada. Just in case they want to, like, rock, paper, scissors that shit and see who wants me. You know what I'm
saying? Justin, are you listening, please? Because if something happens, I cannot take another 4 years here.
Yeah, I mean, it would just be absolutely catastrophic. Like, I mean, it already is. Yeah. So, you know, it's a little glimmer of possible hope. And I think that during the time of COVID and everything, and fire tornadoes and all of this kind of stuff, like, have you not heard of that today about the fire tornado?
No, there are fire tornadoes.
I mean, I told you 2020 is not taking a day off. Like, let's get this shit rolling.
So wait, what has happened with fire tornadoes? Because I haven't even checked Twitter yet.
Out there, I want to say that this was in California, where there was a threat of a fire tornado. Like, no lie. And I'm like, how much more could we possibly take? I think that this may be the end. I really do. Like, I feel like it's going to give us until December. Like, you know, have fun. And then this is it.
And then this is it.
Yeah. But, you know, it just gives me, I can't speak for anyone else but myself, but it does give me a little bit of hope. Like, I feel confident, like, you know, reading some of the early numbers and reports and stuff like that, that people are like, okay, so we tried that and that didn't work. You know, so let's try to course correct here and get the adults in office.
Right. Let's get people who can act responsibly. And
you know, and just like, I feel like our country prides itself on just being like one of the world leaders, and I don't see how anyone thinks that we're that anymore.
Right.
You know, like, we don't have that respect anymore. And I'm just like, come on. So hopefully, and if you pray, you guys, anyone out there, I do. So if you pray, like, let's get the praying.
I don't care. I don't care what God you believe in. Just pray to it right now.
Just pray. Like, what are you talking? Yeah. Anyone that you think may be listening. I got a text message today, and my phone said, maybe Karen. And I'm like, I don't know any Karens. And shout out to Karen. She texted to see if I would be joining the watch party for the virtual Democratic National Convention tomorrow. I said, hell yeah, I'll be there.
I've been getting a lot of those too, as of lately.
Yeah. Man, like, they're like hitting you up. I donated to Biden for the first time.
Ooh, look at you, adult.
Yeah, I know, like, super adult of me. I donated to Biden and Harris after he had announced her as his pick, and like, dude has been hitting me up like constantly. Right, I got another email from him like, hey, by the way, you know, I know that times are hard, but if you could slide another 50 or 100, I said, whoa, 100.
Like, listen, let's start with like maybe 15, bro. Like, you just said times are still hard.
You know, he was like, I get it, but I mean, I've been getting like emails and text messages, and, you know, are you willing to volunteer for stuff? And I'm like, I'm willing to do whatever is safe to do.
You willing to go work the polls?
If I can do that, and then, you know, and it depends, you know, because of my work schedule. But if I can go out, if they want me to go like twirl a sign or something in a nice shaded but visible area, like, I'm down to do whatever. Like, I was like, man, do I need to get like a yard sign? Because, like, no shade, but my neighbor across the street has a Trump flag hanging from his porch, and I'm like, should I go and get like a Biden
sign? Wait, in your area?
I know.
Out of all.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I live in a predominantly Latinx community, and then there are like a few Black people sprinkled around, a few white people, just to kind of give the
Just a
listeners
little salt
an
and pepper.
idea. Yeah, just a little idea of what my neighborhood is, and I'm like, out of all the neighborhoods to go like throw up a Trump sign. And I'm thinking to myself, like, was he trying to be like controversial? Because the thing is, he talks to all of us. Like the other week, he brought us donuts and apples out of his house, which I did not eat.
Okay. I was gonna ask, but I trust you.
No, right? And he talks to all of us, and everyone talks to him, and I'm like, no one cares that you put this flag up. Like, as long as you aren't out here like calling us every racial slur, I don't care what you put on your house. So I was like, was he doing that just to be controversial? I mean, Trump has been in office for 4 years.
Reactions.
Yeah, and everyone was like, like, we have bigger shit to worry about.
Yeah, that's one thing you do. But you don't mess with that. Crazy. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I just looked up the fire tornadoes. Yes, it is in California. 2020 has reached, and I'm reading this from CNN, reached into its bag of tricks again and tossed out another surprise. And this time in the form of a swirling fire, or meteorologists call it a fire-nado, short for fire tornado.
You remember, I don't know if you watched Barney as a kid, but you remember like on Barney, if you did watch it, when he had that bag and he like reached all the way down. Like one day I was watching and Barney pulled out the biggest freaking pot I've ever seen. I'm like, oh, get out of here. I think it's like that's what 2020 is doing. Like, let me reach into my bag and just see what I got for you girls. Let's see what I have for you girls today. Like, okay, the pandemic, you're trying to make it through that.
Like we got only a few more months in 2020. It's time to pull out the big guns.
Let's see how I can spice this up. Like a freaking fire tornado. What? Tornadoes by themselves are already like so scary. So you had to throw fire in it too. What is going on?
It sounds like a B movie for real. And I say this
for real.
I say this because I saw, of course, we all know Sharknado and like all the 30,000 movies it has. And then I saw I was looking up somebody from a show, and it says that they were in this movie called Metal Tornado. And I'm just like, what is with people putting deadly things with an already deadly natural
deadly
disaster?
Things? Like, they don't need, tornadoes can hold their own weight. Like, they don't need any additives. I don't need fire. I don't need a shark. I don't
need extra. Don't start putting like zombie tornadoes. We don't.
What they gonna mix in next? Dancing lobsters. Bring in the dancing lobsters. Like, Please. What more do we need? Oh my God! It's like, why?
Well, next time,
why are we living through this?
Crabs with knife tornadoes. Like, why?
Like, why is it not bad enough that we're living through a pandemic? Like, I saw someone talking about us actually literally going to be in history books, and I was like, I didn't ask for that. I did not ask.
I wanted a normal life. Well, we're going to be in history books regardless, because we have the pandemic, we have Trump, and we lived through the Trump presidency. We had our first Black president. Girl, there's a lot of stuff going on. I
wanted to be in the history book for being like a super fan of Beyonce. Like, to say that, these people were alive during the era of Beyonce. I didn't want to be in there because a freaking fire tornado was threatening like California. California has enough to worry about with the earthquakes. Like, what more do they need?
Earthquakes. I mean, what else is going to happen? Australia was on fire, and now we have California, which is always on fire.
And can you believe that was this year? We have moved on. Australia was on fire this year, and we don't even talk about it anymore.
And we do not. Everything has its time in 2020, I guess. It's one thing after another. Cool.
Yeah, I can't. So yeah, long story short, even though we went on to talk about other stuff, I think they were both pretty cool with Biden's choice. Not that he asked us.
And please, everybody, go vote. I don't care.
Yeah, go vote. Yeah. It's super important that we all get out and exercise our right to vote. I've even thought about like driving people to the polls if they need it, like mask up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like anything that I can think of. And I was really just thinking about like my close friends and stuff. You know, like please, and if you can, please go and early vote. And if you are a listener in one of the electoral college states, like please don't do this to us again. Because I just learned last night, like I have so much to learn about just our country as a whole, but like they have such a I don't want to say responsibility, but it is.
It is.
Like they, like, you know, like they have such a responsibility to like just make the decision for us. Like even though we go and vote, it all comes down to them. And I'm just like, first of all, we got to like rework some of this shit. Like, oh my God, my neighbors are like, the kids are outside screaming.
Oh, is that what I heard? I was like, is that like a cat meowing very loudly?
Those are the kids. Like they only get to come outside like later on in the day, and when they do, like they go ape shit. And I get it. I mean, you've been in the house all day, so. But yeah, please go vote. Encourage your friends, your partners, your parents. Well, your parents are probably gonna go vote because you know, old. And just everyone.
And I hate to say this, but in our two-party system, third-party independent candidates, I don't care who they are, do not count. Don't try to write anybody else in. It's not going to work.
Yeah, it's not going to work. Don't even get me started. There's this guy that I was friends with. I don't even really talk to him anymore. And what he did isn't the main reason, but he voted for Jill Stein in 2016. And I'm like, did you think that you were being like controversial with it? And then you told people you did that. I'm like, what was the point? There was no way that she was going to win anything.
Nope. I'm sorry,
it was just a waste of a vote. It was a waste of your time. You would have done us a favor by not even going that day.
Because essentially it didn't matter. It didn't matter.
Yeah, so, you know, and I get it. There are a lot of people that, you know, are independents. But if Biden and Harris align with what you want for this country moving forward, hey, this is my endorsement. So
yeah, just know that this country does not recognize third party. It's a two-party system. It's always going to be a two-party system. So don't even. 2016, there were people. I've heard people who said they were voting for Harambe, that they wrote him in, and I'm
like,
just
what
like,
was the point?
Don't.
Yeah, just don't. That's it. That's a complete sentence. Just don't.
It's the opposite of. It's the opposite of what Nike says.
Nike, yeah. Just don't, please, for the love of God. Okay, so moving on. Let's talk about Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion's new song, WAP.
Speaking of woman power.
Oh yeah.
Which let me just get this out there. I am not a fan of either one of them. Like, I don't care. I don't care about Cardi B. I don't care about the Stallion. I don't care about like Nicki Minaj. I just don't care. That's not my type of music.
It's just not your type of music.
Yeah.
It's definitely my type of music though.
Yeah, oh, I know.
Yeah.
But far be it from me to knock them, like, for anything that they do. Like, while I may not personally like care for their music, especially with this song, like, I understand there have been men who have like sexual songs all the time. Like, lest we forget. Like, have y'all forgotten about like Lil Wayne Pussy Monster? Y'all forgot about the Whisper song by Ying Yang Twins? Like, Ludacris? Come on now. It's such a double standard.
For the critics of it, it's totally fine for men to talk about women's bodies like that, but for women to talk about their own bodies and enjoying sex in their bodies, oh God, no! Like, this is an abomination. Think of the children. Like,
first off, your children should not be listening to them in the first place. Monitor your children, parents, please.
Yeah. I mean, they can't. They don't have time to monitor their kids because they're on the internet bitching about Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. They don't have time to look after what their kids listen to. It's the perfect time for the kids to sneak off to listen to the song.
This is
true. My dad's in the next room calling these two black women whores. So let me go and check out the song. Like I literally saw a guy calling women whores for liking this song, and he was angry about the fact that in the song Cardi B mentions that she doesn't cook and she doesn't clean. Let her show you how she got that ring. And I'm like, okay, let me get out my notebook and my pen. So, I'm kidding. But I mean, then he moved into like, if you whores, how do you expect to get a husband? And I'm like, well, first of all, you're not a contender because you just called every woman a whore. And I'm sorry for all the amount of times that I'm going to say whore here, but we
should start like qualify. A whore counter.
I know, right? I should put one like in the corner. But it's like you don't qualify as a potential mate not for someone like me anyway, because you have no respect for women. Mm-hmm. And then I already can tell that you look at women as what they can do to be of service to you. Mm-hmm. So you want someone that's going to feed you, that's going to basically, you want a mom, but to be your wife because you want to sleep with her and use her body. And gross. I'm just like,
I want a mom, but I want to sleep with her.
That's basically but that's basically what I see when I see people like that dude, saying stuff like this about women. You're looking at, and then especially, I'm speaking from the stance of a black woman, you're looking at black women as to what they can do to be of service to you, and then now just as a woman in general, women enjoy sex. I don't know if people knew that.
What, Kristen?
I know, no. Breaking news. We like it.
Are you saying that like women can enjoy the sex?
They can enjoy the sex. They can enjoy it with men. They can enjoy it with women, non-binary.
They can enjoy it with themselves.
Yeah. With themselves. Like there's a million ways for people to enjoy it. Or some of them don't enjoy it, and that's okay too. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, I mean, I saw so much, and then I think what really kind of blew my mind was the response from conservatives.
Really?
Like, yeah, like the conservatives on Twitter, like and I mean like elected people. Or people that were trying to get elected, probably somebody from Florida. Who knows? No shade to everybody in Florida, but come on.
No, definitely shade.
Yeah, and so there's this article. I mean, I haven't really read it, but just the title alone is from The Guardian. The WAP uproar shows conservatives are fine with female sexuality as long as men control it. And I'm like, that's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, but you can tell that just by the way conservatives believe that they should have a right to your body regardless. Especially when it comes to getting pregnant. So
yeah, like abortion and stuff. Like, don't even let women control what we know how to control, which is our own minds and our own bodies and what we want to do with them. And that shouldn't even be something that I should have to ask for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't have to ask for permission to enjoy my own body or to do with it as I please because it is mine.
Preach, sister.
And so I do like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion individually, and the song is okay. I'm not gonna act like I just like jam it all day long, but I think I mostly got behind it once I saw all of this hate that they were getting for it.
Right.
And yeah, I got behind it more because of the hate and because of just the nasty things that were being said about the song. I mean, it's a song, but about them as people. I mean, I get that they're celebrities, they're rich, they're famous, but they are still people.
And that's the crazy part. Like, first off, I didn't care. I heard about it and I was just like, okay, well, whatever. It's just a song they do together.
Yeah, it's just a song.
And I I didn't really care until I saw on my Facebook feed, on Twitter, whatever, all of like the controversy surrounding it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I went back to, because I heard a little bit of the song, but I didn't really, of course, like I said, I just cut it off because I don't care.
Right.
But I went
Yeah,
back
because it's
and
not
actually,
right.
yeah. So I went back and listened to it, and I'm just like, okay, it's not for me, but what's the problem? Like, I didn't, like, if you, here's the thing, if you bring up so much negativity, controversy, whatever like opinions that you have about something, people are willing to go back and listen to it, and more than likely they will um rally behind the thing itself because of what you said about it. You
Mm-hmm.
saying that this is disgusting, this is, you know, women, or
Vulgar.
this is vulgar, you know, women are whores and they're whores and blah blah blah, that makes people I mean, but for real, that makes people want to go back and like I said, I wouldn't actually listen to the song. And just because you said all those negative things, there are people now who are like, what are you talking about? This is, you know, they may
This
not have
song is
cared about the
great,
song, but they think it's great now.
or they streamed it just to spite you, so now the song is gold on its way to becoming platinum because
Yeah. Now they have all these views on YouTube.
Yeah,
Just,
like please hate watch this video or
yeah.
hate stream this song or go and buy it, like hate purchase it, because you're just, that's revenue for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I just I cannot understand the desire for controlling another adult person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now I'm not even just saying just like women in general, just like, why do you think that you have the right to tell someone who is talking about sex consensually and with another adult person,
Mm-hmm.
how they can talk about it, the way that they feel about it, how they enjoy it, how they want it, and then you think that how you feel about it is right. And I mean, that could be said for us too. Like, we feel like, okay, opinions, but I don't know. I don't get it.
But men, like, if there was a woman, and I was talking with this, I was talking to this about Groove, because he was like, yeah, if there was a woman who said, you know, all this stuff to you, you know, in the bed and stuff, you'd be all for it. But it's the
You would
fact
be
that,
all for it.
yeah, but it's the fact that they, you know, have made this song and they're profiting from it, I'm sure, which is why. And two, people want to control, I don't care who you are, even if you're like a woman, there are women who want to control women's bodies and what
That's
they should
true.
say, what they should think.
That's true.
So, like, and like you said, people, including women, like sex. Like,
I
it's
mean,
not,
like,
and they know what they want.
and they
So,
know what they want, and it's like, I don't know, like, do you want women to just like lay there for 2 seconds and just enjoy it, or pretend to enjoy it, or say nothing and think that, like, and I'm talking about now heterosexual sex,
mm-hmm.
Like, I don't understand. What do you want?
Well, because
and then like your point earlier when you mentioned like these male rappers, was it Ludacris? He wanted a lady in the streets, but a freak
the
in the
freak in the
bed.
sheet, yeah, freak in the
And then he
bed,
wanted
yeah.
he wanted a lady in the streets and a
Freak,
freak
but
in
a
the
freak in
bed. So
the bed,
it's like,
yeah.
okay, girl, well, what if I want to be a freak in the
Actually,
streets too?
yeah, I think that was actually the Usher song, yeah.
It was the Usher
Yeah.
song, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, you want women to be this way when you're ready for it, but not on their own terms.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, women are human beings. Like, they
say it one more time, sister.
I don't know. It just bugged me. And then I'm like, then you got like all these old white dudes, and this is destroying America.
This is destroying our
So
youth.
this is it, right? This is what's destroying, the democracy, is Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion.
Well, they say the same thing about gay people. So I mean, it's destroying the American way.
I mean, last time I checked, what was destroying America was the freaking fire tornado and the pandemic that hasn't been controlled by our so-called government. So,
And let's be honest, like the quote unquote president leader of our country.
The lack of, like, I mean, those are the things we should be worried about, girl. Like, why are you worried about this song that 20-something-year-old women,
are they 20-something?
Yeah, Cardi B may be like 26, 27, and I think Megan is 20, or Cardi B may be 28.
Younger, but
I think Megan is like maybe 25 or something, and Cardi may be like 28 or something like that. They're in their 20s.
All right, I gotta get my life together. Yeah. That's all you told me.
Yeah.
I need to come up with a song with a bunch of like pussies and whatever else.
If you want me to feature on that thing, I'm ready. Like,
and you could do all the rap parts, and I'll do something. I'll say all the other words.
Yeah, you'll just do like the ad libs.
Yeah. Cool. We got a plan.
Yeah, we have a plan. Like, I think that all women should just like get together and like make a song about having wet ass pussy.
Cool. Look, which if you guys didn't know what the song was, what the name of the song was. Yeah.
Which at this point I have no idea how you did know, but that's what the song stands for.
I mean, there may be some people in the dark. I don't know what our audience likes to listen to. Maybe
we don't know.
Yeah, if you like the song, leave a comment under this video. Or if it's not a video, if you're listening to it on Spotify, I don't know, just yell it out in your bedroom.
I like the song. I agree.
Oh, thank you. And I heard that. Man, see, we are one. We are here with you.
Yeah, it just, I guess I'll end it with just let women be women. Just be done with it.
And it's totally fine. Like, if you're a woman and you don't like that kind of stuff, some women don't, that's fine.
And that's fine. Yeah, like I'm cool with that, because guess what? They have the choice and the right. Mm-hmm. They have that option, as adults to like, oh no, this song is pretty, vulgar or whatever. Like, it's not my cup of tea. Yeah. And that's cool, And
I mean, because also if it didn't have all that stuff. Like, if a woman, like you said, Ludacris, like, he wants to freak in the bed. If men did not have that woman that actually sometimes initiated sex or enjoyed sex or like did stuff in the bed, like took different positions and all that, you would call him a boring lady.
Like, a boring, like, oh my God, she's a dud. Get her out of here.
She's
not exciting. Then it becomes a whole other thing. It's like, God damn it, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Exactly.
Like, it would move on to something else, and it would just be another way to shame women. Mm-hmm. So you're shamed either way, and I'm like, just finish the freaking transition to The Handmaid's Tale already. Like, get it over with.
I mean,
are we moving in that direction or not? I mean,
I need to know this because I think I'm pretty fertile, so I'm gonna have to skip town.
Holy shit! You better leave for Canada now.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, I'm gone. Bye.
Yeah, you better try to get over that line now. Again, Canada, if you're listening.
Trudeau, I am seeking asylum right now.
It's just like, I mean, God, don't even give me. Okay, so moving on to the next.
Moving on.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Avatar, Last Airbender, the Netflix edition. And I'll let you take the lead on this because you know more.
Well, a little bit more. There are some rumors going on. Both writers from Avatar, who created the show Avatar: The Last Airbender, of course, is on Netflix, and now The Legend of Korra is also on Netflix, which I have not seen, but I am watching. No, I haven't seen until maybe a few days ago, and I am getting through it now, which I love. Is one of like the greatest cartoons I think ever made. It's just so well written.
Agree.
is the culture of it, the character development, and just the growth overall of the show. It's a beautiful show to watch. I cannot say enough good things about this show. And if you are one of those Gen Zers who never seen the show until now, no, it's not a Netflix show. It's a Nickelodeon show. So let's just
I
let's
don't even I don't even know if Gen Zers listen to podcasts. Remember, they were clowning millennials for
oh yeah, that's right.
listening to
So
podcasts and making podcasts. So yeah, we might just be talking at the wall here when it comes to them.
okay,
But
well, good.
continue.
I just wanted to clear the room and let them know, for their own
Right.
good.
I get it. Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
TV back
That's
then.
right. You
I know
teach
y'all
them
don't
that lesson.
remember, but we had a little thing called cable. So
Right. Streaming. What was that?
oh my
Stream?
goodness. Streaming? Are you sure not Blockbuster? Anyway. But apparently the writers, Netflix wanted to create a live action, or they are planning a live action version of the show. And apparently the writers walked out. The writers were walked out, and I think there's a call for a boycott of the show.
It is,
And
yeah.
yeah, and now fans are speculating that it's probably because of whitewashing, because we saw what happened with M. Night
Oh
Shyamalan
my
movie,
God.
and I think that's one of the things that the fans are worried about. Although I did hear a rumor that they um, walked out because of I think Netflix wanted to age up the characters because Aang, like they're all like 12 and
And
like
15 and stuff
yeah,
like that, yeah.
they're essentially like kids, especially Aang. Not Ong, Aang. Ooh, get that right, please, Netflix. If you
Wait,
don't,
someone called him Ong?
well, and the Shamalama movie.
Are you serious? I
It,
never
it,
watched it because
oh,
I felt like immediately that it was a disgrace.
it
Are
was.
you serious?
It was. They pronounced it Ong instead of Aang.
Why?
I girl, I
They
don't.
literally had the source material right there.
I wish I could tell you,
Okay.
but yeah. Anyway, besides the point. So I did hear a rumor that they were going to age up the characters and make sex scenes, put in sex scenes, which is disgusting because of the age of the characters that they're supposed to be.
Why do we need that though?
We don't. That's the thing. And if you don't know what Avatar: The Last Airbender is, let me explain to you. It's a show about there's these nations that represent the four elements. And the four elements, of course, are water, fire, air, and earth. And there is this thing called the Avatar who can master all four elements. He was frozen, and
For
he was
100 years,
yeah,
right?
he was frozen for 100 years, and then these two kids, um, Katara and her brother, discovered him and got him out, and her brother Sokka, sorry, and because I don't think I said his name, and they're trying to help him become the Avatar. They're trying to take him to different places, train with different masters, because the Fire Nation, which wanted to essentially rule over all of the nations, it attacked. And you can get all the story just in the intro. But the Fire Nation attacked, and the Avatar
Yeah.
disappeared, and this is where we are right now, as far as like the show is concerned. That's the overall gist, and it's just these kids traveling to different places and essentially being kids, while this one child who's 12 years old has all this weight on his shoulders to basically save the world. Fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it's an amazing show. It really is.
Yes. So that is the problem with it, because they in the show they do stuff that kids do. They go and they play, games and stuff, and
They go and ride on the backs of giant koi fish.
Yeah, he go and ride on the back. And the crazy part about him is he's such a child to where anything distracts him.
Yeah.
Like, of course, because he's like, okay, well, I don't want to do this right now. Let's go ride on giant koi fish,
or watch me airbend this marble for like 20 minutes.
It's hilarious, and he doesn't really understand girls.
Yeah, because he's
so
a child.
because he's a
He's a
child.
kid. Yeah,
like everything, the world is so fantastic and just almost new to him,
oh
just
God,
because
don't
of
you
how he
miss
acts.
that innocence? Yeah, he's just
Girl,
innocent. Yeah,
and yes, I do. If I could go
and it's
back,
been 100 years, so
yeah. So he's like 112 years old. But anyway, it's just so that's one of the problems with that. But that's, like I said, that was just a rumor that I heard. But a lot of,
yeah,
because one of the let me see if I can go find it. I think DiMartino, one of the writers, he said that many people are asking him for an Avatar, a live action update, and he was excited that they were working on the project at first, and then he said that they'll no longer be working on the project after 2 years of production.
yeah,
And apparently they left because they said they made a difficult decision to leave, and this is like their baby now. This is something that they've like put so much time and effort into it, even going to learning different martial arts for the movements of bending, which they
mm-hmm.
call it when you move the elements. So they had their artists actually learn martial arts for this. Like they were in depth with it. They were learning different cultures and everything.
Yeah.
So
They were doing right by.
they
Yeah, they were doing right.
yeah, they were doing right by the like. And when you are a um a creator of a series, this is what you should be
Mm-hmm.
doing: fully
Mm-hmm.
immersing to understand culture and get
And giving
everything.
respect to yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh man.
but apparently Netflix said. I mean, apparently one of the writers said that Netflix wasn't committed to honoring their vision, and so that's why they left. And that's just led to all kinds of speculation. And of course, people are afraid of the whitewashing. And it shouldn't be this hard to create a live action show. Like, it just
Why
shouldn't.
are we even still worried about like whitewashing? Like I don't get that. And it's just like, what was the point of even approaching the two of them to be a part of this if you were still just going to do what you wanted to do anyway?
Right.
Like, like what was the point in that?
There is no, it's like, hey, we really want to do a live action show. We'll have like, you can have full creative control. Oh, by the way, you know what? We want to do some things on our own. I know
We
your
changed
show,
our mind.
yeah, I know people love your show and it's like super popular and it's like the best show ever, but we want to change some things.
However, we
Yeah.
think that it would be better if X, Y, and Z. And I'm just like, I mean, if you wanted to do whatever you wanted to do, then you could have done it without them.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you didn't want their input on it, and they've been working with them for 2 years,
Yeah.
On this. And then so it had to have been something really that they just really couldn't take anymore.
Yeah.
And probably contractually, they probably really can't say much of what was going on behind the scenes with it. But to put so much time into trying to get everything right and to do right, not just by the fans, but by the source material, by the characters, and standing behind their work,
Mm-hmm.
and then making the decision to walk away from it, like as a creative, that had to have been really difficult.
Yeah. And it's not like, as far as like them walking away, it's not a contract with them. It's a contract between Netflix and Nickelodeon. So they can't just pull it from their show. They can't just pull it and
Yeah.
say, we don't want you to do this anymore. We like screw the deal, because technically is a contract between
Nickelodeon
and
owns it.
Netflix. Yeah, so
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing with that. Did Nickelodeon already screw this up the first time with the movie? So, like, can we really give them that much weight to carry with this? Like,
you know, it shouldn't have been, but yeah, they gave him the rights and the movie was fucked up. So yeah, and I really think that's why people are so worried about when you say stay true to the vision, there are a lot of culture. I mean, there is a lot of culture in Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's why when the movie with M. Night Shyamalan came out, and it was like all white people, like Aang is a Tibetan monk. Why was he this little big head white boy? Like
man,
the,
M
the
Night M
huh?
Night isn't even white. So I don't
He's
understand why
not.
he felt the need to do
I
that.
don't know. I don't know. Because even you have the natives of the water tribe who are clearly brown. And I think M. Night Shyamalan was in his own movie as one of the people of the Fire Nation. I can't remember
Oh
who.
my God,
And
was he?
yes, he was. And it's
Oh.
just like his little Indian self just sitting there. And it's like, well, why would you create I don't know, and the he condensed so much just lore and history and character. Like the characters
Mm-hmm.
had no kind of development. Like Sokka was supposed to be like this goofy, fun-loving character, and he was boring. They delivered the lines like they were just reading it off of like a piece of notebook paper. What was that movie? And you wonder
Oh
why
my
people
goodness.
are pissed. It's one thing to whitewash and have a good movie. It's another thing to whitewash and have a shitstorm of a movie.
Right. At least let it be good.
Please, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that shouldn't even be a concern for us in 2020. You know, as far as like, I mean, there are so many Asian actors and actresses that you could turn to and not even just there shouldn't be an issue. It
No,
really
it
shouldn't be.
shouldn't.
And it's not like they're going to have to worry about, oh, how is this going to play overseas, which that's a whole other racist like
Mm-hmm.
type of ideology. Like, well, it's not going to do that well. Yeah, probably because you don't put enough people of color in front of other people
Yeah,
so that they can see them.
yeah.
But
Let me.
I mean, it's Netflix, so everyone's going to get it. Yeah, at the same time.
Yeah, and I think it's funny because I think one of the writers, I think it was DiMartino. I think he said, "Look, is they're gonna have like the adaptation has the potential to be good. It might not turn out to be a show that we want to watch, but maybe you'll like it." Essentially, like I'm, of course, I'm paraphrasing, and
Yeah.
yeah, um, but yeah, it says, let me look and find it. Netflix live adaptation of Avatar has the potential to be good. It might turn out to be a show many of you end up enjoying. But what I can be concerned about is that whatever version ends up on the screen, it will not be what Brian and I have envisioned or are intended to make. So it's just like, yeah, it might be good. Y'all might like it, but it ain't nothing that we came up with.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. I don't know, maybe pushback from fans and stuff like that. Maybe Netflix will get on board with the vision that the actual creators have
Yeah.
and just do it right. Do it the right way. We know Netflix has the money to do it the right way and to cast it the right way. Just get it done. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't even know that they had been working on this for 2 years.
Yeah.
So, just don't screw it up. Just don't let us down. I mean, what more can we take in 2020? I'm serious. Like,
Well, we didn't need this in 2020. At least let us have a few good
at
things.
least let us, I mean, because we're in a house anyway, girl. Just like let us have something to watch.
Right. And you can
Yeah.
never go wrong. You can never go wrong with original source material and fans. I won't say service, but what the fans think of it. Like think
Yeah.
about
Right.
Sonic. Like they
Oh my
completely like
God.
went
Like they obliterated those people. They were like, get it out of here.
like, what is this ugly abomination that you have?
And
Like
you
we
know what they did? They went back and they remixed and flipped that shit. And now look at Sonic. He looks
exactly.
so much better.
So yeah, and people went out and watched it. So please pay attention to your fans. Please pay
Yeah,
attention
the
to the
people
fans.
that are paying, for
Mm-hmm.
this stuff, that hey, if I'm gonna go spend my money on it, I want it to look good. So
Exactly.
yeah.
So that was my like rant about that, because clearly I'm very passionate about the series.
And I get it. I mean, I love Avatar too. Before we started recording, we talked about Avatar, and I told you like I watched it religiously. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember exactly what day and time it came on during the week, but I had to tune in. And I'm
Yeah.
watching the reruns, and I'm hopping over to Team Nick to see the old episodes. Like I'm doing whatever it is that I have to do. So I get it. I watched it, and I watched Legend of Korra, which I don't think I finished. So it's a good thing that it's on Netflix now,
Yep.
I guess. So I get it. Especially when people are passionate about stuff, and that it has like this really dedicated following. Just get it right. It doesn't. I mean, it feels like a lot of extra work to get it wrong.
Yeah.
So
Especially when you have the creators there
that's
telling
what I'm
you.
saying. Like, it just feels like so many extra steps that you don't have to take just to go and mess something up, when you could just walk a straight path and get it right. Like,
Basically
why are you creating extra work for yourself?
basically just let them handle it and you just sit back and relax.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the saying anywhere else, but like they hustling backwards. Like you
I love that. I love it.
Yeah, like you don't have to do all of that. Just do the right thing. Do the right thing.
Do the right thing. And yeah, and that's really about it. I hope you guys like and understand. If you like the show, let us know. If you don't like the show,
Yeah.
you're a monster and you are like the one person who doesn't.
And I mean, I
But
guess you could still let us know any type of feedback that you guys may have.
yeah,
We're open to it.
we
Brene will read it.
I
She'll read
mean,
about it and
I'll
she'll
read
tell
about
me.
it. But if it's something that I didn't want to read, like you thought the Avatar was crap, I will find you and fight you. That's no problem.
She takes that personally.
I do. I will take that
Gonna
to
go.
heart.
Gonna come in fisticuffs behind Avatar.
It's
So.
not. It's not even my show, but I've been doing push-ups, so I think I got
Oh,
hands.
oh,
Yeah.
whoa,
Mm,
whoa.
watch out. All right. Well, thank you, Kristen. Thank you guys for taking the time out to listen. I have no clue how long this episode was, but it is
Oh my
time for us to
goodness.
wrap up. It shouldn't be that long. I think we covered a lot of good points uh, in this episode. I think we kept to what we said we are going to talk about, which is good.
Yeah,
And
that's great. That's always great. Structure. Have some structure. But
structure.
yeah, this was pretty good. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, let us know what you think. If you have any other like topics to that you want us to cover, just let us know, and we will see you next week. All right, bye
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.